Our next speaker is Jay Spiegel and then Minsu Kang. Welcome.
Good afternoon. If the Mount Vernon Council had suggested even one tax reduction or program reduction, I could have walked back to my car. Madam Chairman and members of the Board of Supervisors, thank you for taking the opportunity to let citizens speak concerning the impending decision on the county's budget. I would first like to welcome Brian Hill, our new county executive. As he decided to accept the county executive position in a county with 10 times the population of James City County, Virginia, for less than 10 times the salary, I wonder if this was a prudent decision. He comes to us very well regarded, and I hope he will have a long and successful career administering the county government. And I'll represent you if you need to ask for a raise. I want to speak to the budget proposal in a general sense. And I didn't email my remarks in advance because I thought if I did, it would have caused a mass exodus to the restroom while I was speaking. I've lived in Fairfax County for 30 years out of my 44 years in Northern Virginia. While I hope to continue working for many years to come, I wonder what will happen to me and others similarly situated when we finally decide to transition into retirement. Over the past 5 years, while the Consumer Price Index has risen 7.3%, you have raised our taxes, including this year's proposal, by 26%. This means that the county budget is about 19% larger over those 5 years than it would have been if it had only been annually adjusted for inflation. Is it the board's policy that it wants its citizens to only be able to afford to live in Fairfax County as long as they are gainfully employed, and when that status is over, they must move away to be able to afford to live? If so, that is an unconscionable policy. If not, the board has a responsibility to do something about it. You have a moral and ethical obligation to define the finances of this county so that citizens who have been supporting it for 40 or more years are not forced to leave when they retire. There are a number of ways the budget can be cut. One example is the structure of salary and benefits in our school system. Who decided we should offer teachers a lower salary than surrounding jurisdictions, but a better pension? Has anybody studied what percentage of our teachers stay in the county long enough to qualify for that pension? I'm guessing the number is low. We need to revise that structure so that our salaries are competitive and the pension benefits are more reasonable for taxpayers. We also need to eliminate the pre-Social Security benefits for new county employees and school system employees. The school board budget for the past several years has included an $8 million reserve fund that they are now tapping to rename Jeb Stuart High School. What does that expenditure have to do with educating county children? I urge the Board of Supervisors to cut the transfer to public schools by $8 million as a token gesture in a $2 billion transfer, just as a way to urge the school board to become fiscally responsible. With about 30 more schools having names somehow related to the Confederacy, where is the money coming from to pay for all those name changes? Hopefully not taxpayers. I have one final point. We need to work together to increase the commercial tax base in this county. In the Mount Vernon District, we have Richmond Highway, but we are unable to attract Class A office space there. We need to make the county more attractive for such commercial development. It will help pay for the programs our citizens want. Voters and taxpayers to whom I speak are very well tuned in to county finances. Coming in with a budget no greater than the previous one will send the message that the board is ready to become fiscally responsible and does not have a policy of driving out of the county its retired senior citizens. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Jay. Minsu Kang.